Hey everybody, it's your friend and your guy, Gardiner. Today I wanted to talk about right to repair. We often think about right to repair as this thing that affects individuals, people, consumers, if you will, even though I absolutely despise that term. We think of things on a micro level, like, oh, I have a Steam Deck, I can repair that Steam Deck. I bought this laptop, I should be able to fix this laptop if it breaks. I have this phone, I should be able to fix this phone if it broke. A huge component of right to repair is an individual's right to repair the devices that they own. However, I feel like we do a disservice to the concept of right to repair when we think of things in such narrow terms. I don't know about you, but I believe I've been fed this lie. If you're unhappy with the way things are, vote with your wallet, right? That's the lie that I've been told, and I think most of us believe. If you don't like the way things are, vote with your wallet. It has this feeling of like pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? If you don't like the way companies enforce their profit-driven greed, well then vote with your wallet. Don't buy Apple products because they fight the right to repair movement. But when the rubber hits the road, your purchasing power as an individual is frankly non-existent. You can say, oh yeah, we should all as individuals make the decision independently from each other to only support products that respect my right to repair. But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you think about it, like honestly, it doesn't make any sense. Unless there is some political, religious, or other ideological unifying factor, individuals will only make decisions that benefit them now and not down the road or are convenient. Very few people think far enough ahead to look at the decisions they have in front of them and make informed decisions about what they're going to buy, or even to spend a little bit more money for a product that's going to actually respect their right to repair that product. Suffice it to say, as individuals, we really don't have the purchasing power. We don't have the money or the pull within any market to vote with our wallets, if you will. But there is one thing that can vote with its wallet, and that's industry. Much like how individuals contribute negligible amounts of pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, compared to industry, the same is true with our purchasing power. Companies are capable of making decisions that can overnight change the entire world, just based on switching from one vendor to another. And for that reason, the right to repair movement has been focusing on industry in a lot of ways. Obviously, one of the biggest fights on this front is farmers versus John Deere tractors. Now, if you're part of the right to repair movement at all, if you've been following it, then you already know this is some well-trodden territory here. John Deere tractors fights tooth and nail to basically digitally and arbitrarily lock down their tractors, despite the fact that John Deere sells the tractors to farmers if anything goes wrong with a computer or a sensor on board. And this is a huge inconvenience for farmers when they are just trying to get their crops planted or harvest or anything like that. And for a very long time, iFixIt, the EFF, and many other right to repair advocates have been fighting on behalf of farmers everywhere. And we've made significant headway against John Deere on that front. But there is another thing that is a little closer to home for most people. At least it's a little more visible than the struggle that farmers face fighting greedy, awful corporations like John Deere. And that is the McDonald's shake machines. I'm sure you've heard the memes before. McDonald's shake machines are almost always down. There's a website called mcbroken.com, and if you just search where you're at, I have 12 McDonald's within, let's say, a 50, 60 mile radius of me, and of those 12, 2 are broken down. That's approximately a 13% broken rate. And if there's more McDonald's around you, it's going to be approaching more like 20% or 30% of McDonald's shake machines that are broken down. That's hilarious, but also absolutely terrifying. It's to a point where these failures seem like they are more than just coincidental. And iFixIt seems to agree. They released a new video basically declaring war on Taylor soft serve machines and McDonald's. And I think that this is a pretty good thing for the right to repair movement. And it shows that iFixIt recognizes that industry is where we're going to make the most headway here. So essentially, the shake machines at McDonald's are created by this company called Taylor, and they make approximately 20 or 30% of all of their revenue from overpriced service calls at McDonald's locations. McDonald's has signed a contract with Taylor that no franchisee can use any outside repair services for these devices, for these industrial soft serve machines. And because Taylor has this stranglehold on this market here, they essentially get to set whatever price they want for any services that they render. And allegedly, they have created maliciously malfunctioning devices. Allegedly, I'm saying allegedly. iFixIt have bought their own Taylor soft serve machine, and they've broken it down, and they've said that it's relatively straightforward to fix if only there weren't digital locks in place that the DMCA makes illegal for you to bypass. These digital locks are allegedly malicious. The service codes that this machine produces are nonsensical, contradictory, and they aren't helpful to anyone who isn't a Taylor technician. So iFixIt has basically said that they are lobbying the Library of Congress to make it so that it's no longer a violation of the DMCA to bypass the digital locks on these machines. And that's a great thing, but they're also going to Congress to try and fix the DMCA outright. And if there's a piece of legislation that affects me in my daily life, more egregiously, I don't know about it. The DMCA is a terrible example of bad law. While it did introduce a few, minor provisions that helped the internet grow early on, there is a lot of it that just needs to be thrown out or replaced with something that's more permissive and that respects the rights of individuals on the internet. So with companies like Valve creating consumer-facing hardware that's repairable, with voices like Louis Rossmann, who's promoting the ideology in a pure and simple to understand way, I think we're moving in the right direction. But with the EFF and iFixIt going after industrial sources like this, trying to fight for the right to repair on a macro scale, on an economic level, I think that this fight over ice cream could be the biggest win yet for the right to repair movement, if it actually wins. I think we will, though. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next one.